The Issues with Standardized Testing by Madison Hutzler. Standardized testing is used in 41 of the 50 states in the U.S., as well as used in many other countries in the world. It was created as an easier way to compare the progress of each student, to see how effective the teachers are teaching the students the material, and it is used to compare the results from other states and countries. Standardized testing needs to be taken away, or a better alternative needs to be made, because it doesn't take into account that all students learn differently, it creates disadvantages and advantages based on environmental factors, and it induces high levels of stress for both the students and teachers. One size doesn't fit all. It's impossible to determine and judge the academic ability based off of one test, because some students just don't do well at test taking in general, so even though they may know all the material and are a high-performing student, they can still struggle on the actual test. All students learn in different ways, so it takes students who maybe need to have a test read aloud to them, or it takes students who do better with hands-on projects, and confine them to a test that's not going to show their full abilities. Catering to the learning styles of students would be in their best interest, because it would drastically increase scores, making them look better. Environmental advantages and disadvantages. When comparing the results of a student at a school in a low-income area, they will of course show way different results than those of kids in high-income schools who have better resources in teaching. Standardized tests are also incredibly biased as they cater to white English-speaking students and expect students of other ethnicities and cultures to be up to par with white students and perform as well as them when it is something unfamiliar to them. When you take students of different backgrounds and environments, it is incredibly unfair to compare the two. There are so many cultural differences when it comes to exposure, preparation, and some students are raised in homes where their family values other things more than tests and schooling, so it creates a lack of motivation. High levels of unnecessary stress. Students are constantly worrying about what information is important and what they need to memorize, and it creates awareness in the students because they're always on edge wondering if the material is going to be something that will come back later on the test. It also creates a lot of stress for the teacher because the performance of the students is a reflection of them and how well they are doing their job. And they of course don't want to see their students fail, which adds some onto it as well. Counter-argument. It is good for comparing the scores of students to those in other schools. It shows a reflection on the teachers and their teaching. It has helped bring light to learning disabilities in students. It has created a level playing field for all the students. Conclusion. Standardized testing needs to be taken out or have better alternatives because it doesn't take into account that all students learn differently. Environmental factors cause advantages and disadvantages, and it induces high levels of stress among students and teachers. If changes aren't made soon, they will continue to have negative effects amongst the students, teachers, and schools.
Created using Powtoon.